Hi, hello everyone, good evening. And today we are extremely happy to be part of this program. Today's session we'll be dealing with the biology topics, and there are a few tricks and tips for your biology preparation. And before beginning, let me introduce myself. My name is Amala Cecil John. I'm a faculty in zoology, and joining with me is our senior professor, Mr. Ajay Joseph, and also Mr. Rahul Gupta from the botany department. Ajay sir and myself are from the Department of Zoology, and we'll be dealing with the common topics and all the common concerns which are related to your biology subjects, and what all are the focus points that you have to take care of in the view of your board exams as well as the NEET exams and also for the Olympiads. And here we'll be addressing most of your queries, and also there is a session to address your queries also. And first, we'll deal with the common queries that we usually get from biology topics from your side. Okay. And sir, everyone, especially the students, while they are approaching their board exams right now in the end of this academic year, and they mostly have a concern that what to prepare or how to prepare for their board exams. And if you could suggest some of the tips to how to prepare for the board exams in case of our zoology topics, can you please suggest a few tips?
So, good evening, all. It's nice to be with you who have been preparing for all the competitive examination and your board examination. And it's high time that you are preparing for your board examinations. See, today we'll be discussing about biology as a subject. And biology as a subject, as you all know, you in your 10th, 11th, and 12th, where in the 10th you learn, 9th, 10th, and all, you learn social science. Then, other than that, you learn mathematics and all. When you move on to the 11th and 12th, the stress is more to physics, chemistry, and bio as a science subject. And for those maths students, you will definitely have maths. So, biology is one subject of which, when you consider it along with chemistry and botany, biology is comparatively a little more easier subject. Easier in the sense it's not about the subject, it's about the way you can understand.
Yes.
It's easy to understand.
Yes.
I would use the word it's more palatable. You can easily digest it, you can easily understand it. So most of the students generally will be liking biology more. And the problem is the first year and second year, 11th standard and 12th standard. I'll start with 11th and 12th, then move on to 10th and 9th. 11th and 12th, when you consider the 11th standard, it's like a mixture of too many topics together when you come into the 11th standard. The first topic that you start with is animal kingdom, which introduces you to a world of animals. Moving on to the next, you move on to tissue, structural organization, which is a little more specialized. But for if 12th standard students are there, you can understand it better that whatever tissues and all that you learned in your 11th standard, that is being carried to the 12th standard topics. When you learn about reproduction, when you learn about lymphocytes, you have all the tissues and the cells that you have learned. So first year, these three topics, animal kingdom and structural organization, can be considered as a basic unit for the zoology preparation. Then the topics are a little more easier. It's physiology, where you will learn about different functions of the body and body parts, starting from breathing and ending in neural coordination. So chemical coordination as well. So all the physiology part is a continuation of your body working, how your body works, what your body does, and things like that. Second year topics is comparatively more into the new bio thing, like you have genetics, one of the most important, biotech and genetics, very closely related. I think sir can explain it in a better way. Then you have human reproduction. Then evolution is another topic which is very vast and slightly complicated.
Yeah.
So these are second year topics which need a little bit of concentration in when you prepare for a competitive examination. Coming on to the 10th and 9th, biology part is little more easier. When you consider it with social studies, where you have to learn a whole lot of topics together, biology becomes a little more easier. Where you learn about certain cycles like carbon cycle and nitrogen cycle, things like that in botany. And moving on to animal kingdom, what 11th standard students will be knowing that you would have learned animal kingdom in your 9th and in your 10th standard. That's the same thing that you're learning over there.
It's actually
So,
a foundation.
It's a foundation program, right? So ninth is actually a base. Ninth and 10th is a base for your 11th and 12th preparation. So when you learn bio, learn it with maximum interest. Like, I want to learn this. This is about what I do. When you learn like breathing, a physiology chapter, why do you breathe? Why do you eat? These are the questions that you need to ask. You get an answer for that. Why does my heart beat? Somebody said it beats 72 times a minute. Is it beating 72 times? Just count it.
Yeah.
This is what that you do when you learn physiology, right? So
I think the curiosity, right?
that is it. Develop a sort of curiosity within you, and then you can easily understand that particular chapter. And for every chapter, for every bio chapter that you look at it, the physiology chapter, there is only one important point that you need to learn. For example, when you learn breathing, the toughest part is the exchange of gases. The other part is just basics about the lungs. You have two lungs. Lungs are covered by a membrane thing. Like. When you move on to heart, there is nothing about the working of the heart. It's just pumping. But there is certain things like cardiac cycle, which makes you understand that chapter in a better way. Excretion. The most important part is urine formation. So every physiology part only one important area which need to be looked into in detail. So this is how you need to work for your competitive examination. And remember, when you prepare thoroughly for your board examination, the thorough preparation for your board examination, understanding the topic is the basic foundation for your NEET preparation. Once you are thorough with the topic, NEET preparation is through. There is no difference like I'm preparing for board, I'm not preparing for NEET. Like you prepare for your board, you prepare it thoroughly. When you prepare for a board exam thoroughly, you're preparing automatically for your NEET examination.
Yes.
The difference is about the exam.
Yes.
One is about a detailed exam. You need to write
Actually,
it.
both are same.
Both are
same.
same. Right.
So
Actually,
some students I found that they're saying that I am preparing for NEET.
Correct.
So that is different from board. Nothing like that. It is same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
For
It's a same
biology,
syllabus.
it is same.
If you prepare for board exam, you're preparing for board exam questions will be there, but the format of the question is different.
Yeah, one is descriptive and the other one
I
is
would
also
definitely say that entrance examination is much more easier.
Mhm.
For the board exam, you have only questions.
Yeah.
Entrance exam, you have answers also.
Answer.
Only thing that you have to do is you have to bubble the answers.
Yes, of
Yes.
course.
Right? So in that sense, it's much more easier once you're thorough with the subject.
Yeah.
That has to be noted in a double inverted way, like thorough with the subject.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Sir, I think you can.
And sir, one more. In our CBSE,
Yeah.
when we are writing exam, there are 16 questions that are coming from through MCQ.
MCQs.
Okay.
So there is no difference between NEET and
Yeah.
state.
That's exactly.
And the rest of the questions are descriptive.
Of course, there is.
And I have a base for our NEET preparation.
Yeah,
as well.
and we have 8 to 10 chapters.
Mhm.
And some of the chapters are deleted.
Mhm.
So when I come to the point of botany, sexual reproduction flowering plant, like from one MCQ question should be there. That is the weightage.
Okay.
Coming to next chapter, that is genetics, principles of inheritance and variation. There should be one MCQ question. Molecular base of inheritance. Everybody think that molecular basis is very tough. But in my point of view, it is the very simplest chapter in this world. It's the very simplest chapter. So from that also one question is there.
Yeah.
So like that 16 questions will be there.
Correct.
Ecology, from ecology part, there are 2 MCQ questions arising. From organism and population, 2 questions are there. From ecosystem and 2 questions are there.
Okay.
And likely in ecosystem, some topics are also deleted.
Mhm.
That is very advantageous for us because we will concentrate some topic and that will gain more marks to us.
Yeah.
So
Then another thing is like when you prepare for a competitive examination, this is what I'm telling for 11th and 12th students. See, students, you're preparing for a competitive examination, and I'm sure that you have opted for science. So when you prepare for a competitive examination, what is more important is you prepare bio thoroughly. This is one subject where they can score maximum.
360
right?
out of
This is one subject where you can score maximum.
Yeah.
Whereas physics, you need to apply your logic. You need to apply your brain. But this is direct. You have an answer. How many nerves, cranial nerves are there? It's a direct question. There is nothing like an option. Will it be 12 in one condition and 13 in another condition? It's 12 pair. So questions are going to be direct, and this is one subject which will push you up into the rank list where you can score maximum in this subject. So do concentrate and study with fun. study with an objective that I need to score maximum for my competitive examination.
Yeah.
Then physics and chemistry comes
Then
along with it,
Along with that.
right?
Yeah.
This is very important. And for those students who are learning 9th and 10th, see, please make sure that these 9th and 10th, you learn a whole lot of subjects. Maths is there, social studies is there, bio is there, and EVS, environmental sciences, which is a part of bio that when you are in a higher
Yes.
classes, it's a part of bio.
Oh.
So all those subjects are together, chemistry, physics, then they come together. So of all the subjects, what you are interested is bio, right? Bio becomes little more enterprising. You learn all the basics about bio in your 9th and 10th. When you move on to 12th standard, as sir said, you learn genetics. You would have started learning genetics in 9th standard. You would have
Yes.
started learning genetics in 10th standard. So it's much more easier for you to learn genetics or any other tougher topics in the 11th and 12th standard. So make sure that you concentrate on your bio topics with utmost interest, because this is one subject that's going to help you in future in almost all competitive examination. As madam will be knowing that when they prepare for all those Olympiads
Yeah.
and all,
Only
bio questions will help you to score well,
Yeah.
right? So it is all application oriented. We learn text oriented questions, but when it comes to application oriented questions, it's much more easier.
Yeah.
Bio becomes much more easier than physics and chemistry.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Lisa?
Yes. Like while we are focusing on bio, as I said, we know that we can score a very good score for bio, but there are some students who say that, oh my god, how could I learn all these names, because they'll be shattered by saying all these long names. So how could I read this, or how could I remember these names?
See, I think sir can explain that. Because every bio names has some easy technique associated with it. You need to learn it like a language, I would say. Bio
Yeah.
need to be
Of
learned
course,
like a
yes.
language. Proto means before.
Yeah.
A means no. So when we learn A, it
Yeah.
is no.
No.
Proto means before.
Before.
Every word, zoo means animal.
Yeah.
So anything that you associate with the protozoa, primitive animals,
Yeah.
protozoa, nidaria,
Yeah.
then anything
Yeah.
that you look at it. Botany also same thing, right?
Yeah.
In living world, there are some scientific names.
Correct.
So usually we, in our standard, so we call other students, say, hey, tritic mestivum, come on. We say like that.
So every word, bio need to be learned like a language. You
Yes, of
learn a
course.
language. It's a bio language. You
Yeah.
learn that. It's interesting. So there is nothing like tough question.
Yeah.
Tough words, like I would say, if there is a tough word which you can't read or you can't pronounce, split it into 3 words.
Yes.
Read it again.
Yes.
There's a meaning for each and every word.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Right?
course. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Paleontology.
Yes.
Yeah.
Logy means science.
Yeah.
Paleo means fossil.
Fossils.
Study of fossils.
Yeah.
Embryology.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it a difficult word? Embryo plus logy.
Logic.
So any word that you look at it, any tough word, I would, if you can put up some tough words, I would definitely give you an answer for that.
Yeah.
Any tough word, there's
It's like
an
splitting
explanation.
away.
It can be explained in another way.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right?
I can say a simple split. Fried rich mixture.
Yeah.
So when you write the spelling, no, fried rich mixture.
Right.
So we can easily learn.
Yeah.
So that will help to
Yeah,
understand
memorize.
the
Better
terms.
way.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, usually every student have a concern that, oh my god, what would I do with all these words, right? So for the competitive examinations also, they all have a concern that whether I could remember all these names, or so that is what we are looking for the answers. But
See, there are certain other things, teacher. I would say when you learn bio,
Mhm.
it's always better that you draw some pictures and make it little more easier, right?
yeah,
You can definitely, photosynthesis and all can be learned without textbook.
Yeah.
There
Correct.
are some
Definitely.
chapters that are fully concept oriented.
Concept.
Mhm.
If you know one thing, we can easily
It is
print the
connected, it
entire
is
chapter.
connected.
Like
Right.
sir told that photos and
Correct.
plants,
Yeah.
respiration chapter.
Exactly.
There are some chapters we need to by heart.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
okay. That we
We have to learn.
I learned,
Yeah.
of course. And biotechnology, both biotechnology 1 and 2,
Right.
full of practical.
yeah,
You can have different types. I think there are different types of students.
yeah,
Some of you can easily doodle pictures along with that when you learn. You do some doodling over there when you learn about breathing, lungs. Okay, then what happens? You draw some picture and the picture will be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of you can definitely do with flow charts.
yeah.
Yeah,
You can
of course.
prepare
The
flow
concept
charts.
map.
Con-
and
the concept-
everything.
Correct. Concept maps or flow charts, which will help you a lot.
Yeah.
You need not have to revise the whole textbook and things like that. Just take it out, Go through that, clear with that.
Yes.
Right? That can be done with, I think it's more of the physiology part.
Yeah.
Of it. Right?
Because it actually makes an interactive learning, and we love the
Exactly.
subject. What
This
we
is
are
what
doing.
you learn rather than mugging up, reading and all. Draw a picture and keep that books, papers aside.
And sir,
Another
our-
very important thing I would say, especially for 12th standard and 11th standard students,
Yeah.
I would highlight on that. Keep all your question papers in an order with you. Whenever you want to revise that particular chapter, go through that question paper. Every objective question is a 2-mark descriptive question. Remember that.
Yes, yes.
Every objective question is a 2-mark descriptive paper.
Question.
So you need to have your question paper when you have a class test. The teacher says that you have a class test on this particular topic in the next day. Make sure that you have that question paper with you.
Yeah.
And all that questions are 2-mark questions. Right?
Yes.
There can be certain statement questions which can be 3 or 4-mark questions.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
So this is very important. That don't think that you're preparing separately for competitive examination, separately for board examination. Every paper, you have a study material with you, right? 11th and 12th students. Every questions on that study material is a 2 to 3 mark questions. Understand that.
Yes.
When you club 2 or 3 questions, it becomes a 4-mark question.
Yeah.
Learn it like
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes, it was a very good tip, because most of the students doesn't know. They usually have the concern that we have to
How to
study
do that.
separate for board exams. We have to study, or we have to focus some other things for the NEET exam as well. And so now the NEET syllabus is out right now, and
Right.
as we can see the syllabus, there is no difference between the syllabus that we are taking for our
Last
board
year.
exams and the syllabus for the NEET. So, sir, can you give any tips for our students to carry out how to maintain a consistency throughout their board exams and also for the NEET?
So for NEET and board exam, we have to only focus NCERT
Yeah.
for +1 and +2. Only in botany, there is only one difference is in morphology of flowering plant, there is an addition of 5
Topics.
families
Okay.
that are not in the NCERT text.
Okay.
And that material is already given by Brilliant Study Center.
I think that is one concern that you people have.
Yeah.
Because when you prepare for entrance classes, you will have additional topics which are not there. In zoology also you have, for example, structural organization.
Yeah.
Your textbooks don't have cockroach in that.
Yeah.
But the NEET syllabi have cockroach over there. So we take cockroach. There's a general question that why should I learn cockroach when cockroach is not there in my textbook, but it's there for your NEET competitive exams. So as Sir said, in botany there are 3 or 4 topics. There are 1 or 2 topics in zoology also which are not there in your textbook, but it is there for your competitive examination NEET. So prepare for that, ready for that. You have enough and more time to revise that after your board exam.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that particular part now, that I have board exam now and should I study something that's not there in my text. Don't worry about that. Learn that when the teacher takes that. Keep it aside. You prepare that when you're free after your board. You have enough time. Your coordinators and your teacher can tell you when to start preparing separately for this.
Yeah.
But the preparation, as I said, is one and same for all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
There's no difference at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Because learning for board exam and learning for NEET, there is no difference.
No
Because,
difference.
yeah, everything is almost the same except for a few topics that we have to just focus after that,
Exactly.
after the board exams. And so usually children used to have a concern that when to start for their preparations for if they are focusing on some competitive exams. I'm not including the +1 and +2 students. There will be the younger ones, like the from classes 9 and 10, and they usually have a concern that should I start my preparations right from now, or should I even
See, exactly the time is like when you're in 9th, 8th or 10th standard, because it's a time when you are not under any pressure.
Yeah.
You're free, right? Once you're in 11th standard, the people around you will be watching you that, are you preparing for entrance? Are you studying for that? 9th and 10th.
What you're aiming at.
Yeah, what you're aiming at. 9th and 10th, you guys are free, right?
Yes.
So it's the best time for you to prepare for competitive examination. Another positive side is you can be superheroes in your class with all those information. When a teacher takes about animal kingdom, you are there with everything that you know. You are there with n number of examples that your teachers have already taught you in your foundation classes.
Yeah.
So that makes you a super boy in your class or a super girl in your class. This is what you want, right? And that is the best time for you to prepare for your competitive exam.
With zero pressure?
With zero pressure. That's it.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And during that time, I think while we are focusing on a foundation in class 9 and 10, you're actually you're building your foundation, a very strong foundation on your particular subject, so that you can build a very good career after that.
Correct.
So having a strong foundation means you're having an ability to build a new or build a very strong house or any strong buildings, right? In the same way, it acts for our foundation course as well. And someone would think, oh my God, all these things are not included in my NCERT text. Is it something more, or should I focus on this? Yes, definitely you can do that, because we know that you can do. Right, you can do all these things, and you are capable of doing all these things.
Correct.
And so you can build your foundation, and you can have a strong foundation about the knowledge, or you can have a strong foundation about a particular topic, or whatever the subject, let it be physics, chemistry, biology, or mathematics, whatever our subjects may be. You can have a strong foundation, so that it is very much easier for you to carry out your 11th and 12th subjects when you are in class 11 and 12. Very easily you can go through all these years.
Topics.
Yeah, all the topics
That's
that will be very easy.
And for those students who are in 9th and 10th, please remember that your foundation classes gives you additional information.
Yeah.
Right? It helps you to understand your classes in a better way. It helps you to develop or inculcate an interest in that particular subject. Physics, this is it. Chemistry, this is it. Bio, this is it.
Yes.
An interest is developed, right?
Yeah.
And do create that interest.
Yeah.
Because ultimately you have to appear for some competitive examination at some stage of your life.
Yeah.
So the earlier, the better, right?
Yeah.
So in 9th and 10th, there is nothing, no pressure, nothing like that. Only thing that you have to do is inculcate an interest in that subject.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for that, learn. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't let your curiosity to get back something, or get you back from anything else. Let your curiosity be more and more. As you were very small kids, you have a curiosity about everything that you see, right? And with that curiosity, you approach any topic, any subject, let it be any of our science subjects or even math, with that curiosity. Why does it so? Or why is not like that? Or why shouldn't be it so? And what, whys, whens, all these questions may be running on your head. And let it be so, because of that curiosity, you can learn more and more. And when you learn more, you grow. Don't make your learning a much strenuous process. Let it be fun. Let it be an interactive learning. And so you can learn it with much ease and crack your NEET, and also crack your board exams with much ease. And wishing you all the very best. And on behalf of Brilliant Study Center Pala, and we three and everyone over here, we wish you a very good luck for your board exams, and also see you near soon. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you all.
എൻട്രൻസ് സംബന്ധമായ വാർത്തകളും അപ്ഡേഷനുകളും ഏറ്റവും വേഗം ആധികാരികമായി അറിയാൻ ബ്രില്യൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റഡി സെന്റർ പാല യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനൽ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക, ബെൽ ഐക്കൺ അമർത്തുക. ഈ വീഡിയോ മറ്റ് സുഹൃത്തുക്കളിലേക്കും ഷെയർ ചെയ്ത് നൽകുക.